What is good? Thank you so much for once again stopping back by. I really do hope that you're going to enjoy this week's video so that you can keep coming back for. If you've already watched the vlog, I am in Cape Town, but you know what? I am a workaholic at heart. I am here to rest and have a good time, but look at me working. So if this is before the vlog, you guys are still going to see the vlog. If this is after the vlog, well, you know everything that's going on because you would have caught up with the vlog, so you know that I'm in Cape Town, you know that it's the Durban July weekend, but that's not what this BB talk is about. This BB talk is actually quite a different one. We are looking into my journal. So I have started journaling this year. I've always journaled, but this year I've been the most consistent in my journaling. I hope the lighting is not too bad. It is in the evening and I am using natural lighting. So when I'm speaking about journaling, I'm speaking about like getting to know myself, investing in getting to know myself. When I'm speaking about journaling, I'm speaking about self-awareness and just becoming the woman that I want to be, because I think we all aspire to be a certain way, do certain things, look a certain way. We aspire to be someone. So I'm not quite there yet. I am working to becoming her because she's in my head. She's living in my head. So basically in this journal, it's like me getting to know myself to become the woman that I want, because I don't feel like you can become the woman that you want without getting to know yourself now, the woman that you are currently. So yeah, that's what this journaling is about. I got this journaling idea on Pinterest. It was basically a set of questions that you need to answer truthfully in order to kind of gauge who you are, get to know yourself more, engage with yourself, be intimate with yourself, spend time with yourself, and get to know yourself. So this is me getting to know myself on a deeper level. Some of the questions are very, like you would take them for granted. You think they are easy until you have to critically think about them, and then you're like, damn, this question is not as easy as it looks at front value. So I've written everything down because I didn't just answer the questions. I've been journaling like for the past 2 weeks. So every day I was answering like 2 questions at a time. Yeah, so let's get into it. I've actually written them down because I've been journaling. So I highly recommend that if you're on a journey similar to mine, getting to know yourself, becoming her, really like do this exercise. I felt like it was really nice. I felt like it was very intimate. I was really spending time with myself. And then I figured, let me share it with my stars. Let me share it with my young girlies who are chasing the bag, who are, launching in their careers. I feel like I'm at a point where my career is slowly making sense. It is, I now know what is for me, what is not for me. I am at a place where I decline some career opportunities because they're not in line with what I want to do and become. So, and this getting to know myself on a deeper level has allowed me that freedom to decline. Okay, so the first question is, who is she? I'll try to go through all these questions quite quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. So it says, who is she? And then I quickly said she's a queen, she's a creator, she's a creative, she's a warrior, she's a fighter, she's resilient, but she's gentle and giant. I said, I am who God says I am, and that looks different in every season or chapter in my life. I've always felt like I am different things. I'm a different person. I have a different persona for every season in my life. I'm gentle when I need to be gentle. I am very aggressive when I need to be aggressive, but in not in like a violent way, but in my approach to things. I am very fluid. I adapt to every situation. When God says I'm that, I am that at that situation. And then the next one is, what is her identity? And then I said, my identity is my culture. It is my roots. I am from greatness. I come from a lineage of greatness, and I am trusted by my forefathers. I carry gifts and teachings to pass on to generations that will come after me. And I feel like this is very true about me. I feel like there is a reason. Well, there's a reason everyone is on this earth. But part of my reason to be here is to, how do I put it? It has a lot to do with the future generations. It doesn't just end with me. It doesn't just end with my career, my legacy, my whatever I get to achieve. It's also about the next that comes after me. It's also about making sure that the next that comes after me is good, that I leave umhlaba ovundlile for anything to be planted and grow. One of my purposes is to, more than it is just to nurture, it is to make sure, it is to sustain, it is to make sure that after me, whatever I have planted, whatever seed I have planted, doesn't die with me. So that is my identity. That is part of who I am. I can't run away from it. I can't not do it. I can't not feel like doing it, because it's one of the things that I was brought into the earth to do. I always say when I engage with people, especially younger females, or like I'm at a speaking event, wherever I am, my prayer is always, God, if I touch one person's lives, if I change one person's thinking perspective, if I impact one person, my job for the day is done. Your goal has been served. So for me, it's not about masses. It's not about impacting 50 people. It's, even if it's one person, I am good. I can rest knowing that I have served God's purpose of impacting just one person in whatever platform and then I said, my identity is in my mother tongue. It is the color of my skin, and it is knowing that nothing about me is a mistake. I am destined. So for the longest time, language wasn't important to me, or I didn't acknowledge language, simply because I went to an Afrikaans school. I hardly interacted with isiZulu until I started working. And then I found myself in a company that is predominantly isiZulu, and I started experiencing the beautiful isiZulu language. I started embracing my language. I started embracing the metaphors. I started getting to know my own language, and that there was more to isiZulu listening is khulumayo, but it is so rich, it is so beautiful, it is so intelligent. Izaga zesiZulu, the metaphors, isiZulu is so intelligent when you listen to the meanings of what it means. For example, when you listen to where it starts, it's beautiful, rich history. So I am now embracing isiZulu. You will find me intentionally speaking in isiZulu in spaces where you would think isiZulu is not cool. It's damn cool to me. I will speak Zulu in any platform to anyone. I am not ashamed. I don't care what the crowd is. When I need to speak Zulu, I will speak Zulu and confidently do so. I will only speak English because it is a language that I find easier to communicate with. It's a language that I'm more familiar with. It is a universal language that most people will understand. But if I'm placed in a place where I can speak Zulu and still be understood and still have the same meaning, I will gladly do so. I'm at a point where I make intentional decisions to read a Zulu article, even if it's 3 times a week. Well, I work in a company that requires me to do that, but I find that I genuinely enjoy it now. I started doing that because I wanted to get better in isiZulu, especially reading isiZulu. Now I do it because I just genuinely enjoy reading isiZulu or pronouncing Zulu words and getting to know Zulu words. The next one is, what is her self-care routine? And I said showering 2 times a day. I don't understand people that don't shower 2 times a day. I'm not judging, but for me, like even if it's winter, even if it's snowing, I have to shower 2 times a day. But like my body will itch, my body will feel cold. For me, showering is romanticizing my life, I swear. And then I said, moisturizing my body is such an intimate time for me. So, getting ready for me is not just about gogasan, but for me, that's when I listen to a podcast. That's when I channel my emotions. That's when I prep for the day. So for me, showering, moisturizing, all the way up to getting dressed is such a priority. Like, you can disturb any other time in my day. Don't disturb that time. That time is for me. That time is for me. I'd rather wake up 2 hours early so that I can have enough time to moisturize, to shower. I hate waking up late and then saying yashesh. Funny enough, I'm always late. So I don't know what to do 2 hours. No matter how early I wake up, I'm always late. I'm always late. It's a bad habit. But Hey, bana. Okay. And then, so the next one is a good face routine is self-care. Trying out new products makes me happy. So I love taking care of my skin. I prioritize taking care of my skin. I will always be trying out a new product here and there. I love it. I have a summer routine, winter routine. I love it. I love skin products. Working out and watching what I eat is a form of self-love. I think the more I grow, the more I watch what I eat. I didn't really grow up in a home where we watch what we eat. Growing up, I've never really had insecurities with my body. My body has just always been in great shape. But the more I grow up, the more intentional I am about maintaining that body. The more intentional I am about having strength, about being physically fit, more than just genes and vele. I'm petite by nature. I'm intentional about taking care of it. I have a body goal that I want for my, there's a certain way that I want to look like. It's not too far off from what I already look like, but the more I grow up, the more I'm intentional about what I eat. And I feel like the cleaner you eat, the more energy you have, the more the more productive you are. So the more you eat a lot of sugar and junk food, the less productive you will be. And at a point now that I'm in my career requires me to function at my best. My career requires me to show up as my highest self, to get enough sleep, to have good food so that I have good energy and I can be productive the following day. I can't afford to slug, not right now in my life and my career, but most importantly in my life as a whole. No aspect in my life right now can take or can afford me to slag. Okay. Listening to a positive podcast while I get ready for the day or cook. I've already mentioned this. So to me, that part of self-care, part of my routine is I will listen to a positive podcast while I'm getting ready in the morning or when I'm cooking. Worship music is my healer. Worship music for me is a routine. I listen to worship music every single day of my life, whether I'm driving to work, whether I listen. It's the most listened genre in my life, in my playlist, followed by amapiano, of course. Spending time with God comforts me, reassures me, and reminds me who I am. I will share how I have found a new way of connecting to the Bible and connecting to, I think I've already shared it in one of my vlogs. Have I? Yeah, but basically in short, I read the Bible according to how I'm feeling, according to whatever situation I'm faced at that time. And I find that works wonders for me, especially on the Bible app. So spending time with God, I've always been a prayer girl. That has always been my life. But now I'm more intentional about growing in prayer, growing in faith, growing in knowing the word of God. Whereas it was just, yeah, I'm born and raised in a Christian family. I pray because that's all I know. I worship and go to church on Sunday because that's all I know. I run to God for help, for healing, for everything, because that is all I know, and I'm okay with it being the same year after year. Now it's not about I'm doing it because it's all I know. I am intentional about growing in knowing God, in growing in faith, in growing in knowing the Bible, in growing our connection. I feel like indlela ebengazi ngayo uNkulunkulu or indlela ebengikhonza ngayo uNkulunkulu 2 years ago at 24 cannot be the same at 28. There's a journey that I'm on with Christ. So yeah, blocking the negativity, removing myself from toxicity is self-love at its highest form. I feel like that one because you can't be in a place that brings you down. You can't be in a place that is negative, because that's what you will take in and that's what you will project. That's what you will also reflect, because you're not in a healthy environment, whether it is work, whether it is relationships, friendships. If it is toxic, you're not supposed to be there. It being toxic is God's way of telling you that, sweetie, I want better for you. Whatever purpose you were for here has been served. Because I also feel like nothing happens by mistake. You are at a certain place for a reason. But we need to get to a place where we are able to hear God. We are able to hear God when He says move. We are able to communicate with God when that season of whatever is over. So the minute it starts getting toxic, because I don't feel like anything starts off toxic, or else you wouldn't be in that situation. Nothing starts off bad. Things just get bad, or things are unable to be resolved and maintained to be good. And that is God's way of saying, you are now on to the next level. You are now on to the next thing. So remove yourself from toxicity. It's not healthy in any way. It's not healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, it's just not healthy. Because the minute waba depressed, so it's exhausting. So at our big age, at my big age, I have no reason to be around toxicity. It doesn't pay a cent to my bills. Okay, what does she wear? And then I said, I think my style falls more onto the modest side. I need to be comfortable while looking elegant and put together. Looking good, smelling good makes me feel good and makes me more productive. Mina noma ngathiwa ngiye-mall, noma ngathiwa ngirun my errands, I am very intentional about what I wear. You will never just find me wearing blue, pink, green, yellow just because ngirun my errands. No, babe. And for me, I'm not talking about glam. You will not always find me glam. That's not practical. That's not realistic. You will find me very effortless sometimes. Effortless in the sense of I'm just wearing jeans and a t-shirt. I'm just wearing a pair of leggings and an overlapping top or an overlapping sweater. You will find me still put together but very relaxed. It's not every day you're going to find me with makeup, with heels, with the bodycon. No, but you always find me clean and put together. You always find me smelling good. You always find me decent. So for me, that's what I wear, and comfortability is very important, but also looking good. And if I had to choose between comfortability and looking good, sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to look good. The next one is, what are her boundaries? This one I really enjoyed answering because I had to sit down and think what my boundaries are. And I had to think about boundaries that I'm not willing to betray. Because it's not a boundary if you are willing to betray it. It's not a boundary if you're willing to betray it. It is not a boundary if you are willing to. A boundary is something that no matter who does it, no matter how it happens, are we phone? You are out. The minute that happens, you can't say, I don't want disrespect. I don't take disrespect. And then when disrespect comes from some people, you take it, you adjust it. So it calculates if disrespect, then it's not a boundary. If you can adjust it, if you can live with it, if it depends who it comes from or where it comes from, then it's not a boundary, baby. A boundary doesn't bend. A boundary is, I just don't take disrespect. And if when are you here to disrespect me, then bye. Let me move along with people that are going to understand that I don't take disrespect because I don't disrespect other people. A boundary is something that you are able to follow first. So you can't be telling you don't want disrespect, but why when I was flonip? Why when you're the first person who betrays their own boundary by allowing disrespect to happen for some people. So my boundaries are I've just made an example about disrespect and I've written exactly that. So my boundary says, I don't take disrespect. If you wouldn't appreciate me doing something to you, I do not expect you to be doing it to me. If I communicate once that I don't like something, twice at most, and you continue to do it, you're not meant to be in my life. I am sorry. At my big age, I can't be over-explaining myself. It's either you get it or you don't get it. In fact, you get it. There's nothing because you don't get it. You just choose to do what is against what I'm saying. You're choosing that you're not gonna compromise. So why should I? So mina make me absent, whether it's disrespect, where I have to constantly repeat the same thing. I don't have the energy all the time. I only have time. I only have time of over and over and over explaining because is a child. To do that, it is my job to nurture it is my job to reprimand over and over and over again. Not an adult. It is not my job to keep saying the same thing to an adult. Guys, adults are working on my choices. You always have a choice. So when your boundaries are not being met or when your boundaries are being disrespected, it is a choice. It's not that the person doesn't understand. It's not that the person didn't hear you. It's not that the person doesn't know. It is a choice. What does she eat? I said, what she puts on the inside will show on the outside, and she is well aware. She wants to eat the word of God, positivity, alignment, and continue to feed the soul. In the context of food, a whole lot of greens and fresh water, but not neglecting her sweet tooth here and there. So for me, balance is very important. I will never not eat cake. I love cake. I will never not eat chocolate when I want chocolate. So I'd be lying when I am on a super strict no. I watch what I eat, but I also believe in jabulisa umzimba osebenzayo, please. And if that is in the form of chocolate, please, by all means. If that is in a form of a slice of cake, please, by all means. But it can't be that when 5 days a week, udlala nama chips, udlala no chocolate, it's going to show on the outside. Then you're going to be worried about weight. Then you're going to be worried about umkhaba. Then you're going to be worried about skin not popping. And sometimes it's not even the products. Sometimes it's what you're putting in on the inside. You can use the fanciest of products. If you're constantly eating junk, you're constantly loading food and caffeine and soda, I'm making a practical example about skin because it seems to be the in thing. Everybody wants clear skin. Your skin is not going to skin. The same way you can use the cheapest product, but if you're eating well, if you're drinking enough water, you're eating enough fruit and vegetable, you're eating well, your skin will clear out. So it's really just a balance. So Tina, I find we focus more on product and makeup, but not what we put inside. You can't be fucking alcohol when every weekend, every you fucking the body with alcohol, and then you're expecting a nice body. You're expecting you're expecting clear skin. Kanjani when ukugavin. So me. My eating plan is I'm very watchful of what I eat, but I will still enjoy my my sweet treats because I love me a slice of cake. Okay. The next one is, what is her career? Her career is, I'm an actress, I am a writer, I am a teacher, she's a public speaker, and the world is her stage. When I say the world is her stage, I mean, I work for TV, I work for radio, I'm a YouTuber. So the world is my stage in the sense of any medium of communication, any medium, I am there and I will thrive in it. So put me anywhere. The world is my stage. Where there's an audience, I will be there. I will meet the audience. I will deliver. Where there is life-changing engagements, I am there. Put me in a seminar, I am there. Put me in TV, I am there. Put me on YouTube, I am there. The world is my stage. I'm not limited to anything when it comes to the mediums of performance because I am a performer. I am an artist. That's what I embody. That's what I do. Even in my teaching, I teach drama. I am an acting coach. So there's nothing that I do that is out of the framework of being a performer and working in the showbiz. And I love every minute of my work. How does she speak? Funny because I'm speaking now. I said she speaks when she has something positive to say. I try. I'm not perfect. I'm human. I've never said anything bad about someone or to someone. I'm only human. But this is who I want to be. It's a work in progress. So that's what I mean when I say she only speaks when she has something positive to say. I'm not saying I've never said anything negative, but I aspire to only speak when I have something positive to say. She only speaks when she needs to speak. I have realized that silence is golden. Sometimes you just don't need to say anything. Sometimes some situations are not worth you saying anything. Sometimes you being silent is the most powerful communication. It is the loudest noise. So in my young 26 years of life, I've learned to being quiet. Oh, babe. Oh, now you will find me shutting up. Growing up, I'm a very bold person. I don't hesitate standing up for myself. Like, for the lack of a better word, grew up having a very big mouth. Also, I'm not shy at all. So, you will find me speaking. Now, oh babe, you will find me selectively speaking. I'm still not shy, but now I selectively speak. And there are just some engagements that I just feel like they're not worth my time. They're not intelligent enough. They won't bring me anything in return. They won't make me any money. They won't make me a better mom. They don't contribute any better to my life. So in situations like that, I've learned to be quiet. And to a point where I never used to have nothing to say. Now, there are situations where I have absolutely nothing to say. And it's crazy. Growing up is crazy. Get to me now, I generally have nothing to say. Ayikho. Yes, khona situations out ngiyathula because I don't want to engage. Khona situations that ngiyathula because anginayo into engizoyisho. Even 5 years from now, that's why I'm told. So silence is golden. So you'll find me speaking when I have to speak now. And I said she speaks gratefully. not gratefully. She speaks gracefully and softly, yet firmly and with authority. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a firstborn daughter. I am a leader. By nature, I have an A-type personality. So I'm a very firm person. I have a lot of authority, and sometimes it translates as bossiness. So one of my weaknesses is that I appear to be very bossy. Like growing up, I was very bossy, and I've had to work on it. I've had to work on allowing other people's perspectives to win, to sometimes not win. Sometimes not win, sometimes be okay with kungagcini mina. And I used to do this subconsciously. I wasn't trying to win, but I would make you understand so much to a point where what I want or what I'm saying ends up winning. I would overpower people so much. Now I'm not that girl anymore. I'm not that girl anymore. I've learned to welcome other people's perspectives. I've learned to embrace other people's perspectives and allow them to also thrive. I have 4 minutes remaining of shooting time. This is the last one. Where does she like to hang out? And I said, I'm a homebody. More than anything else, I'm a homebody. I love hanging out at home, church, restaurants, and a good hotel. Just like where I am now. So that's where you'll forever catch me. Most of the time you'll catch me at home or emsebenzini or on YouTube. I'm gonna quickly wrap this up because I have 4 minutes left to film. I really recommend that you also do this journaling exercise. Let me know if you are gonna try it out, if you also feel like it's really like an intimate session with self. It's just that I decided to share mine. There are some questions that I didn't share that were too personal, but yeah, do let me know if you are gonna try it out. Thank you so much for watching. If you definitely are a star. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.